Hey, YouTube Pipe Community, YTPC. It is Professor Pipe Smoker. I haven't been on in a while. Once again, work has been crazy. Even tomorrow, I have to go to a parade. And Saturday, we have parades. Sunday, we have church, obviously. This is a busy season for my job. We are doing productions, we're doing parades, we're doing like all this outreach, we're delivering meals to people, we're collecting Toys for Tots. We're the Toys for Tots reps for this area. So we're busy. Right now, I am smoking an autumn evening in my Cascadia 1003 pipe. Isn't she a beaut? Looks like an acorn, right? With this nice green stem, this nice silver band right here. Beautiful pipe. Got it for free. And I realized today that it's been sitting for like 6 months and has never been smoked. Can you believe that? I should be grounded from the pipe community because of this. It is a travesty. So, I am in my studio right now. I am going to be working on my studio today a little bit. And hopefully getting some things kind of done. Maybe some things up and running. That'd be great. If I could at least get the speakers up and going and be able to at least start writing out some rough sketches of some good music. Good music to me. Might not be good music to you guys. But it is Thanksgiving. And I think everybody has some kind of tradition in their homes. Whether that is, watching the Macy's Day Parade. That's what we do. So here's our tradition. Like, we wake up, we kind of have not kind of a brunch, but not really. It's kind of a really light kind of breakfast with like bagels and special cream cheese spreads. Now, the spread that we have found that we love is maple honey. It has some walnuts in it. It is a good spread. I think we get it from Wegmans food stores, which, if you're familiar with the Northeast, Wegmans is like the food store. Like, that's the place to go. I think I packed this too tight and it's also a little bit too wet. So, Brad the Piper, I did not follow your rules. It's better to pack light than too tight. I was just in a hurry to get out here and then realized, wow, I really packed this thing tight. And that feels like a milkshake, all right. Oh, holy cow. Yeah. Next time I will pack this lighter, and I will also dry it out. Lesson learned. But anyway, so we got a busy Thanksgiving going on. So we get up, we do that. We open our home to anybody who may not have family or may not have somebody to be with during the holidays. So we always say, hey, if you don't have a home or if your family's not around, come and join us. And that we've done that quite a few years, and it's been pretty successful with some local families and people who may not have a Thanksgiving. So today we did the same thing and said the same thing, and probably when dinner's ready here in about an hour, we're going to be hosting a little bit of people. Who knows? But I think that's what Thanksgiving's about, man. It's definitely about family, but man, it's such much more than that as well, right? Community, helping one another. So we get up, we do that, we do the bagels, we have the special cream cheese spread. We have coffee, lots of coffee, like endless cups of coffee. Love coffee. Love holidays, especially because of all the coffee. Might be a reason why I'm so hyped up right now. It's like, wow, Thanksgiving, you know. But I just love the holidays. So once we do all of that, as we're doing all that, we watch Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And we all know Christmas season does not start until Santa Claus comes down by the Macy's store. If you all been celebrating before then, there should be some kind of special purgatory. But we don't. We wait until then. So what we'll do is this week our tree will go up and everything. So we watch that. Then once the Thanksgiving Day parade gets done, and my son today was running around like a madman, but also would keep coming back and check in, and he got to see the Minions float, or the Minions, big balloon. He loves the Minions. He's obsessed by the Minions right now. "20-month-old, and he cannot get enough of the Minions. Laughs, dance with them. I mean, he does everything with them. So then once we get done with that, then we kind of just keep the dog grooming or the dog show on there. I don't know why. I think it's because my mother used to love watching that, so it's just kind of a tradition. We leave that on. And then we kind of make different just little snacks throughout the day. So like right now, just before I came out here, we had monk bread, and those of you who know what monk bread is, it's kind of like cinnamon rolls on crack, man. It's like dipped in like cinnamon sugar, and it's just real soppy and really good. Mm. And you have that with another cup of coffee. Now, I probably won't be to sleep till about 4 a.m. now because of all this coffee. Who knows? It was worth it. Then we do that. We played some games, and we always have little games. So we played the Office meme game, and then I went back and I played a little bit of Xbox, Battlefield, and once the dinner hits, then once we have dinner, everything will settle down. We'll watch probably a movie, and it will normally be like a Christmas movie, like The Christmas Story. Now, I don't know if you guys saw this. I'm probably going to go to purgatory myself, but I watch The Christmas Story Christmas, which is the updated one when Ralphie's an adult. So if you watch The Christmas Story, you know Ralphie and his brother Randy grow up in the household with their father and their mother. It's kind of like, you know, the old Christmas traditions. And those of you who know that story know that that it's kind of like the Bad News Bears of Christmas stories, like all this stuff, all these really funny things happen. You just got to watch it. I know a lot of people watched it. We went and saw the Broadway show too, and it was just as good as the movie. But, you know, once we get done with that, doing all that and, you know, watching the movie, then we go to sleep. And obviously the next day is the day of leftovers and hangovers, and not hangovers from alcohol, but food hangovers and from the food coma. And I just read that the busiest day, listen to this, the busiest day for plumbers is the day after Thanksgiving. Let that sink in. Lot of poop. That's what happens to your digestive tract when you overeat. So that's pretty much our traditions every year. We don't decorate on Thanksgiving. We just enjoy spending the day together. Now, the changing part in our family is that this is the first year in 79 years that my dad has not been with a family. He's in a facility. But what I thought was really cool, now I had when we put him in a facility, there was only one bed, and it was about 2 hours away from here, hour and a half, 2 hours away, depending on the day and the weather. About 3 to 6 hours or 5 hours round trip. Yeah, 3 to 5 hours round trip. Trying to get out there ish in those ranges. And it's actually 3 to 4, I think. Yeah, not 5. But at any rate, it's a lot of driving to get to my father. But the cool part is where he's at. It's a really great facility for Alzheimer's, and they have full nursing staff there. That's what he needed, and they're monitoring his heart, and he's doing really well. And he said he likes it out there. But the bummer is not being able to have him here. And so they did something really cool for us, and they're doing something cool because we're so far away, is that during the holidays they let us Zoom call. So he was on a Zoom call with us, and with the whole family. It was my brother from Florida, it was all the grandkids, it was my family, all of us were on this giant Zoom call, and there was my dad on the Zoom call. And in typical kind of older fashion, he was like, I can't hear anybody. Everybody's cutting in and out. But it was because everybody was just so busy, just talking. And my son was yelling. Babies were crying. It was literally like Zoom call apocalypse, man. It was crazy, but it was so cool. Everybody just being. It was like if you were in a home with all that noise and that confusion and that buzzing. That's what was going on this call. So this is good, man. This is Cornell and Diehl. Autumn evening. Very smooth, aromatic. Very nice smelling aromatic as well. Very good tin note. Very good room note. Taste is really cool. It's got like a fruitiness on the taste as well. It's a very pleasant tobacco. Brings back, if you ever smoked this out in autumn during the fall or summer, I think it's a very good winter blend. It really is, even though it says autumn evening. It's a good all-around blend. That's all I'm going to say. I really love aromatics, man. You guys probably know that already. I will try anything, but there's something about the smell of aromatics that really, really does it for me. I'm a smell guy. I've said that a million times on here. So I'm breaking this pipe in. I haven't filled it to the top. I only did about halfway on it. It was already pre-charred on the inside. And so what you do is on your first burns, you always are building your cake in your pipe, and hopefully you break it in the right way. And I want to tell you guys, there's a lot of opinions on pipe smoking. Do you fill it full? Do you not fill it full? Do you break it in full? Do you not? And this is just the way I do it. You don't have to do it this way. If you want to break a pipe in full on, go for it. I think the most important things when you're doing pipe smoking is like I did today. I did the no-no, which was I overpacked the actual bowl, and that's leading to some issues, obviously. And in particular with this pipe, it is a filtered pipe, so it's already got kind of a restricted airflow coming up through the stem here. And so when I overpacked it with this, man, it's almost like trying to get a very thick milkshake in there. Now I've taken my tamper tool and my poker in there and my aerator, and I moved it around, and it is better, but it's not perfect. This pipe will smoke all the way through. I can feel it. It's kind of weird. It's like once you've been doing this for a while, you can feel the way the pipe is smoking and sense the way that it's smoking. So I know this is going to smoke pretty much to the bottom. It's kind of like when you pack the pipe, you burn it, you get your first char burn, then you tamp it down, and it's like that perfect blend of airflow with the way that it was packed. You know it's going to be a good smoke. Now this isn't. This is like me trying to suck a milkshake, but I have a really good ember going on top right now. So I can feel that it's going to smoke well, but it's not the perfect smoke. I've had the perfect smoke many, many, many times on a pipe. This is not it. And I just want you guys to know that even seasoned, quote, professionals, and I would not consider myself to be super seasoned professional by any stretch of the imagination. Not like my Uncle Walt. That's who a seasoned professional is to me, since, he was like 16 though, and he was about 90 when he died. He smoked that whole time a pipe the entire duration. He was a seasoned pipe smoker, but I'm not near that. I need to gain about 36 more years before I can aspire to be at his level. But I just wanted to get on here, man. I haven't been on here. It's been a while since my last video. And I did record some videos in between, but I just didn't have time to edit them. But I am going to edit this one, and I'm going to put this one up because it is a Thanksgiving one. But I just wanted to say happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. Happy holidays if I'm not on before next holidays, because I've got a lot of shows coming up, and I've got a lot of things that are going on. I'm going to be very busy. December, we're installing a full LED wall, 20 foot by 10 foot in our sanctuary. It's a big install, but it's going to really upgrade kind of what we're doing. It's going to be awesome. That's going to be really cool. And when we get that in, but that's a lot of work. Got a lot of events and a lot of stuff going on, but this is Thanksgiving, man. This is downtime. This is the time to look at our lives and, man, just really say we're fortunate to live in this country. I was watching FIFA, kind of by accident. I turned on to the Brazil versus, I can't remember who it was, game. And I was talking with my wife, and they were saying that in those countries, what they did is they built fences around kind of the bad areas. And if you know the bad areas in countries, you know that those are bad areas. Like, it is unsanitary. There are diseases that are running rampant in there. We sometimes in this country can't even really picture that because we are so spoiled by good plumbing and good water and everything that a lot of times our minds can't even comprehend the conditions that are in these countries in which people live. But they're there. And so instead of taking the millions of dollars just to at least help people and maybe create some kind of infrastructures with water catchers and maybe some sanitation in these kind of what they call ghettos of these areas, instead they took all this money and built just fences that cover those areas, so out of sight, out of mind kind of stuff. And so all these corporate sponsors are coming in, and so nobody has to see the eyesore of the plight of the poor, right? It's really heartbreaking to see that. Speaking of heartbreaking, I want you guys to notice this shirt. This is a company called Demons Behind Me. And this company supports PTSD, supports people who are going through depression, anxiety, suicide, anything along those lines. We also know that during the holidays is really big on suicide, and people get very depressed and for various reasons. I was for a lot of years. My mom had passed away, and it took, this is 5 years now. It was a good 3 years where I was not at all in a good state of mind during the holidays when my mother was gone. We were very close. She was a good woman. She did a great job raising us kids. She was my life, and as my son and my wife are as well. And she passed away, and it was she was too young, in my opinion. She was 68 and died of congestive heart failure. There were some things that the hospital did that could have prevented it. She had kidney disease early on. They knew she was dealing with this stuff. They never helped her diagnose it or take care of it. And by the time they did, it was too late. So I got very depressed, thought she was taken away too early. So for 3 years, I was very depressed. I went through an anxiety panic attack and had a panic disorder that I now have kicked, which has been awesome, but it has been a journey, my peoples. And so during the holidays, there's that. This company supports people who are going through all of that and helps people with all of these issues, including veterans. And it's a worthy clothing company on the back. It says, right in the back, it says Demons Behind Me. And what that basically means is that your demons are in the past, they're not in front of you, and that you can kick your anxiety, panic, and every other thing. Really good company right here. So between that and, helping out the plight of the poor, we have jobs to do as people and in the human race. And that is important. If you really want to find purpose, finding and helping others. And I will guarantee you your life will increase in value and happiness and every other thing. It is a world that this world, is on fire. It's a dumpster fire, But there are great people out there, a lot of them in this community right here, what I've seen, and a lot of support within this community. And just know that you're never alone, that there are people who care for you, your family, people around you, people within this community that care for you, and people like this who care for you as well. And like I said, find purpose. If you're missing it, helping others, man, there's nothing like it. So that's all I got to say. It's happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. Hope you're enjoying a great Thanksgiving. And remember, tomorrow is National Plumbers Day, apparently. So I'll see you guys later.